This is Rebecca, the Steampunk Planner. Today I'm reviewing this pen. It was purchased at the Berea Fall Festival through the wonderful Kentucky Guild Art and Craft Association. So this is made by Steve from Steve's Woodcrafters. And I wanted to show you the bag because this label really shows you that he does more than just fountain pens. He does do roller pens along with many other things like boxes, salt and pepper, grinders, bowls, cheese boards. But what attracted me was his selection of pens. Most times when I do events like this, the vendors will only bring rollerball pens. They have a fear of bringing fountain pens that they would never sell. A heads up, guys. Fountain pens, if you actually supply them and have them there, people are going to buy them. Honestly, I get so disappointed. Here is Steve's Woodcrafters information if you would like to contact him. So we're going to get off that soapbox and go ahead and start working with this pen. I went ahead and swatched the Wearingeul Othello yesterday, and that's what I will be using. But I do want to go into a little bit more detail about my pens, or about fountain pens in general. Excuse the crude sketching here, but I just wanted to be able to give you something to reference because sometimes you can't see in video or images exactly what's being talked about. So as I open this up, I'm going to go through and talk to you about the different areas of the pen. Now, the cap and the holder are considered the cap and barrels, and you will either have a pop-on or a threaded pen. Now with this, it can come apart, and I wanted to show you because many pens have different nib. This pen is heavy, so yeah, it's going to fall over because I didn't put it down right. But many pen nibs have a different setup. So this one actually has the section along with the feeder and the nib all in one. And I apologize, the feeder's not in camera. So it has the converter, which very easily, using the knob, will move the seal and rod up and down. You see that there's a clear seed in here. And I'm hoping you do see it, but I wanted you to notice it because if you are a shimmer type of a person, light shimmers, not heavy shimmers, this seed will help to keep your ink mixed up lightly in the converter. Now, I don't recommend shaking it hard or anything like that, and definitely don't shake it with the nib down. Oh goodness, you'll make a mess all over the paper or all over your cap. We don't want that. But you can use that seed and just jostle it around and get some stuff. I do want to show you this nib because Steve really looks into the nibs. There are quite a few online shops where you can get these nibs if you should want to replace it. Now this one is a Rhodium Point. I'm going to get in closer so everybody can see. This states it is a Rhodium Point, and I'm sorry I'm shaking all over the place, German nib. It is in medium. You can see the M down there. And you can see all of the beautiful scroll work on the 18 karat gold part of the nib. Now, like I said, if you want to replace it, you can easily find the replacements for it online. I will try to locate some and put it in the definition or description down below. So this area is the handle, what I call the fluke, but it is the where your fingers should lay. And when it's that high, that long, it makes it easier so you don't get ink all over you. Now this end here is considered the end or post. Now this is so wide that the cap will not post on it, but I will show you with my Mount Verde that what a posting is. This is made out of antler. Now I did not ask or request a specification of if it's deer antler, but I will be sending this to Steve so that he can let me know any changes or updates that I need to put in. But this is beautiful. He does get them supplied from a supplier, is what I'm trying to say. And then depending on how the antlers come in and the designs and what comes out as he hones this, will tell him what decoration that he wants to put on it. Like on here, he has the beautiful chrome detailing and rope work. It's gorgeous. It is very weighted. Now, he does work in stones, and he does also work in wood. Now, in a previous video, I talked about this, that he can use alcohol wood. What I meant by that is if you are a whiskey person, scotch person, that's the type of wood barrels that he can get that wood in. So we're going to go ahead and get this set up, and I'm going to fill my pen with the Othello, since I've already swatched it for the 22-day Inktober. Now I'm going to take this moment as I set up for today, the 23rd, and I do want to do a call out and thank you to Rose at Dream Everything. Back when I was still doing my channel as Baroque Planning, I was looking at all of the new 2025 planner setups and trying to make my decision on what I want. She actually came in and commended me on trying to figure that out, but also stated that it was time for me to finally invest in myself by getting myself some decent quality fountain pens, which honestly, thank you, Rose. I have been an ink needy person. I love inks. I think they're so clever, and it's been something that I have loved since I was honestly a child. I have always drawn with inks, with Rhodium pens and an ink and brush. Glass pens weren't available, neither was a Kakimori Brass Nib. They were just regular dip pens and brushes. So I have been investing in inexpensive fountain pens like the Mojan Moonman, because I would love a Pilot Decimo. Can't afford that. There are many other fountain pens that I so would love, but fall out of my chair when I realize what their pricings are. But this year, for my birthday, I asked my husband, not for art supplies or anything for work. I asked for fountain pens. And I gave him a list of possibilities for him to choose from. And he did not disappoint. Oh my goodness. And he actually, I don't know, maybe he went overboard. It is so appreciated, his want to make sure that I am happy and able to show you what I have. It's not a luxury thing, but it is an enjoyment that I do with my planners, ink, and fountain pen. So here is the Othello, and I'm shaking up that shimmery mauve color that's in here. Getting my pen unpackaged, I guess you could say, getting the cap and the barrel off, and I'm going to turn the knob so that the rod goes all the way down the pen and gets all of that air out except for the width of that seed. And as always, this is going to be a 3-turn because this is my first time filling this pen. So I will go ahead. I'm making sure right now that I do have it dipped all the way in. You have to get that feed section all the way into the ink, otherwise it's not going to draw it up. That's why it's a feed. So I will draw up and then go ahead and turn the knob the other direction to press the ink back out. And I will do this 3 times. Now, I did find this converter did pull that ink in quite quickly. Still did 3 turns, but you can see on the 3rd I am slowing down so that I can draw this ink in very well without a lot of air. Now, again, this is a brand new nib to me. I have already used an Estabrook pen. I have used my Pilot Clicks. I have used TWSBI. My Mount Verdes. So, Schaefer, I forgot about them. So, this is going to be new for me in the fact I don't know how this nib is going. It's not the nib, it's how I'm going to work with the nib. Also, there is a lot of weight to this pen. So that is something else. I could have gone for one of the stones. Matter of fact, the red and gold marble stone. Yeah, I was really thinking about that one. But I went ahead with this one. Also, another reason why I didn't do the red stone is because it had a broad nib. And I'm really not ready to go with a broad pen. So here we go. As like I said, I have to get used to the balance of this pen because of the weight, as well as the nib, which I know is going to be stiff from the get-go. So I do need to press down a little more on this nib to get a stronger color. And it doesn't help that as I'm writing here, I remembered I didn't put my blotting board in only because I forgot. There is a card underneath this paper, right there. And it does not like me writing on it. So, blotter board in, we can get going again. So I'm just getting all of the information. And yes, you do see ink on my finger. That actually was from last night. That was not from this pen. Last night, while I was updating my journals, my pens ran out, and then while I was working, taking notes from my class, one of my pens had an air pocket, which is why I don't like to leave air in my pens, and it kind of went all over me. So that's why my finger is a bit of a mess. So I want to jot down exactly what I remember from my conversation with Steve. Now, hopefully, I will remember next time when I go to one of these wonderful fairs to actually record a conversation when I'm speaking with somebody about fountain pens. So, I have this, and I think the color is perfect for this pen. It may be the color for this pen from now on. I do have a few others that are very similar by Wearingeul, so we'll see. I am finding that if I press down a little bit, I do get more of a darker color to this ink. Again, I just need to teach this nib how I write. Most people don't realize that nibs get used to you that you don't get a nib because of how it functions for you. I know that sounds silly. I do love fine pens, but I will work with medium and as well with extra fine. So your fountain pens will get adjusted to you, and I think that is what I need to do with this pen. It is a gorgeous pen. It is a fluid writing. It has a beautiful flow. I went ahead and started my morning journaling with this pen, and I did find that I need to find the sweet spot of it in my hand. Thank you for joining me. Please contact Steve and let him know if there's any pens that you would like to have or holders you would like to have made. Have a great day.